me to get out the game. So I'm coming home from school, and that's even how I caught my case. They see me, I came in the neighborhood, they, oh, you back over here? And it go like it go, it turns to like a shootout, he gets shot, and then he tell on me. So when I'm in jail, I had to really wake up to say fuck the streets. Cause I'm like, damn, like I was loyal to the streets. You know what I'm saying? And the streets turned their back on me too. So that's why I be like, fuck the streets, and I really be on that energy, cause like I really come from that and went hard in that, and I seen that they turned their back on me. I seen when I got to jail, nobody that was fighting real cases was talking about no street shit. We was crying. We was in prayer circles like this. I'm like, damn, they don't show that to us on TV, or the young guys wouldn't even go to the street. They don't want to be on TV. But they glorify it. This is why I be beefing with all the rappers now and shit. They glorify it, because I understand what we being used to do if you're going to glorify that, knowing where the end result going to be. You know what I'm saying? So going through that shit, it was like a real awakening, because it's like, my OG was like, I didn't raise you like that. So when I was living like that, she used to say, you ain't gonna never be blessed till you do what you was put here to do, because she knew what I was put here to do anyway. I'm going a whole different route, putting my loyalty to the streets. So when I went to jail and I was like, oh shit, the streets don't love me, that was a heartbreak. And then the people that I had got into the shootout with, these was the people I grew up with. Like, we ran together every day. These was my homies. My best friend was the victim. This was my 20-year nigga. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't no random stranger, you know what I'm saying? So then I'm sitting in jail, that was a heartbreak. I'm like, this is my best friend. So I didn't feel good about it. Then the streets, everybody said he ain't never getting out. Everybody turned their back on me. Nobody, all the chicks, they call them goddesses, but all the chicks that the girlfriends I had, nice to be trying to be a player back then and have my do all like that. None of them showed up to visit me. You know what I'm saying? Them days turned to years, and they talking about, listen, man, we got 40 years on the table. If you don't take, you got 35 years on the table was my offer. You feel me? I sat in jail 4 years, awaiting to go to trial. You feel me? On some shit I didn't even start. You feel me? Exactly. You feel me? On something I didn't start. So I had to go through that whole first year of like mad at myself. Like, why the fuck I'm here? I'm finally doing the right thing with my life, and now I go to jail. All the fucking gang banging and bullshit I did from 9 to 19, I ain't never go to jail for it. Then I get on the right path, I'm facing life. So, but guess what though? I blame myself the whole first year. That's how I got stabbed in the face. That's how I was getting, because I'm in there fighting, stabbing people like it's over with. I'm mad at myself. I'm blaming what I'm not even taking responsibility. I'm blaming everybody else. So that's why I'm mad. But then my second year, I get to get put in the hole. I'm in solitary confinement 2-3 months at a time. They taking my food, so then that made me go into like meditating. You see what I'm saying? Just to survive through the days, you feel me? And that connected me, and then it got to like, damn, I need some books to read. Then I started reading urban novels, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, urban novels ain't talking about shit, but a lot of the hood shit. But it got my brain seeing that, hey, hold on. Damn, I love reading now. I love reading. I'm just, because you asked me a good question, you feel me?
You see me say it, I feel you.
Yeah, so really, I read that urban novel, and then that urban novel was like, I got to read it more, and I'm like, damn, this shit like a movie. Then I read The Coldest Winter by Sister Soldier. You feel me? Then that led me to like Midnight. You see what I'm saying? And Midnight was tapped in, you feel me? So I'm like, hold on. And then I never forget, show you how the universe works. I had to get into a fight, we go to the hole. I get out the hole, they put me on a different deck. I'm pissed off because I want to stay on the deck with all my homies from my neighborhood. I get to a different deck after I get out the hole, and it's an old guy, it's my celly. So I see him, I'm already so in my lower self in a way, I'm already looking down on him. Like, I don't want to be in this cell with this old man. Whole time, he ain't got none books, right? So one day I'm sitting on because we used to take the books. How it worked. Look, just to watch the TV, right? In jail we have to look through the chuck. So we have to like put the books, right? And we sitting on the books watching TV. So I'm sitting on the books watching the basketball game. He like, man,
right angle, you can get
right. He like, man, young blood, you don't even know you sitting on some real profound, prolific knowledge right there.
So I'm like, knowledge you need while watching the TV.
Watching the game, don't even know, right? So I'm like, old school, man. That's your problem now, man. You ain't trying to hear none of that shit, man. He like, I'm trying to watch the game. He like, listen, I promise, I just want to show you something. Get up for 1 second. So I'm like, all right. I get up. He removed the towel. The first book on top is the autobiography of Malcolm X. Right? So, you know, I've been fucking with Malcolm because my mom was Muslim. So in Chicago, I used to always go to the mosque. I done met Farrakhan a million times growing up. ate all the bean pies. And then when I'm not with my mom, when I go to my grandma's house, they Christian. So I literally got both. Like I would go to my grandma's house and I had to go to church and hear the Christian rhetoric, and then I go back with mom and we at the mosque. And I'm getting both sides. So I read Malcolm book, and then that led me to Revolutionary Suicide by Huey P. Newton. And then that's what got me it activated the warrior to be like, oh, okay, we really war with it. And then after that I got thirsty. I'm like, hold on, I'm now telling my sister, hey, send me books. I don't even want no, I used to want tickets to get on the phone. I used to want comments. Fuck the commissary, send me the books. That shit was better than food. There was times when far as fasting, I'll be in the cell, I'll go 3 days without eating and just drinking water. You know what I'm saying? Like fasting far as fasting, you know what I'm saying? And they already don't even feed you nothing in there. So I'm skipping it, and I'm working out still though, because I'm training my mind to go without it. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm facing life, so every time I'm working out, I'm tricking my mind to be like, when it start burning, I'm like, if you quit now, you ain't gonna fulfill your purpose. You know what I'm saying? If you quit now, then you quitting on your case. You know what I'm saying? Then I had to act, I couldn't afford no lawyer. My lawyer wanted $30,000, I couldn't afford no lawyer. So I had a public defender, So that made me more. Look, my mama couldn't help me, my auntie, my homies, nobody that could afford a lawyer could help me. Let me show you how the universe, how the ancestors work. I was so pissed that nobody had money to help me with a lawyer. I'm like, I'm facing life in jail, I'm going to trial with a public defender, right? But my mom, but my OG and my auntie, they spiritually like, nah, they're like, listen, they're like, you gonna beat this case. That God, because my auntie, she Christian, God don't want you to have a lawyer, because if we would have got you a lawyer, once he worked this miracle out for you, you would have thanked the motherfucking lawyer. So he did something different. He gonna remove everybody around you so they can't get a lawyer, so that when you come up out of this, you be a walking testimony of the power of the ancestors and your spiritual belief. At the time, I couldn't understand it. I'm like crying, I'm scared. But at the same time, I'm a fighter. So that's why when they came and said, look, we got 30. They came a couple times, we got 35 years, don't go to trial. We got 30 years. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never getting out. My own public defender said, you ain't gonna never beat this case. I said, what you mean? God got me? And she woke me up too. One time I went to court, she said, you ain't gonna beat this case. She said, we got 25 years on the table. You should take it, because you ain't gonna never see daylight again. Right? I'm like, man, you can't tell me that I'm behind the bars. You can't tell me that, man, God got me. She like, your God can't save you, and walked off, right?
Wow.